no.
Take three.
Take three, and now the cat is here, but it was a little too serious. So, okay, we're going to try to liven things up. And also, and here's the cat. We brought in the Muppet. We brought in the cat. And there you go. Anyway, so we are here to talk about Disney Vacation Club. Because, well, tell them what you got.
All right, so I got an email from my former boss that asked us, what's DVC like? And whether it's a good idea to purchase it. So in 2020, she asked that, by the way.
Yes.
So we thought we'd tell you all about what our DVC experience has been this past couple of years. And 2 out of 3 have been good so far, so yes. We'll tell you about that.
And real quick, if you are new to the channel, I'm Michelle.
I'm Adrian.
And we have been DVC owners since 2017.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Woo!
What was your, I know. What was your boss asking?
Should she do it?
Should she do it? And in 2020,
no,
less.
Don't do it now. It sucks right now.
Unless you find a fantastic deal.
So, okay. There we go.
Okay, we got rid of the
All right,
the
so things about DVC that people don't... As a quick reminder for those who don't know about DVC, DVC is Disney's timeshare service, and the way that works is you buy points, and you exchange those points for nights at the hotel. And we'll put a link to... We built a little calculator that shows you how those points basically translate into rooms. Basically, the nicer the room, the more points it is, depending upon the time of the year. Like, if you want to go to... Disney during like Christmas, like it's it's worth a lot more points, costs a lot more than if you decide to go during like the middle of, I don't know, February or something like that.
Which, by the way, if you use the calculator right now, we do need.
We're going to work on it.
We're going to work on it.
I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to copy and paste, and it's mostly going to work like in a couple days. So we got. It'll be fine probably by the time this goes up there.
All right.
So, anyways. When you purchase your points, they give them to you right away so that you can use them, as you might tell.
Well, when we bought direct, that's how it works. Resell, they'll let you know what's on the contract, and if you were to buy resell right now, you might get 2019 points, which we have not been able to use.
Yeah, so that brings up to us to the big issue. So right now, DVC is basically trying their best to accommodate people during the season of, you can't go on your vacation, go ahead and bank your points, that sort of thing. The issue for us is that we have 2019 points that we didn't use, so we have 33 extra points.
And they were great. They extended them by 6 months, and the points we had borrowed, originally we were supposed to go to Hawaii in June, had to cancel that obviously, and so then we booked a vacation for end of July to Disney World. We had to cancel that because he is military, not allowed to travel to Florida.
The only places I can't travel to are states with a Disney resort.
Yes. And then we were supposed to go Labor Day weekend, and in case you couldn't guess from this video, we canceled that a few weeks ago. They've been really great. I have no complaints. They're really doing the best they can.
I have plenty of complaints, just not with
DVC. No, and so, it is what it is, and we could not have guessed that this would have happened in 2017, and that's just something we want you to be aware of if you are considering buying in right now, even if you find a great deal. Is, hopefully this would never happen again, but so I'll talk real quick about what our current options are, and in a regular year they're fine options. It's a little bit more difficult right now. So one option would be just to let family or a friend use it. We have friends in Florida. They can't use it because they can't go out. They have to stay isolated. So sorry, I would love to give them to you if we could. And then as far as family, we have family in California, and Disneyland's not open. So we can't use it. I think they could get like one night at Paradise Pier, which, for my brother and his wife who have a 1 and a 2-year-old, that's about probably all they could handle at Disney right now with kids that age. So that option is out right now. You could also rent out your points, which was something that... Yeah, they had pitched to us that, if we're not going a particular year, we could always basically sell your points for that year to somebody else. I could have swore that it was $15 or $16 in the market. When we were researching, it was kind of cool because we thought if you sell, we bought 100 points, and if you sold them for $15, that's enough to cover your maintenance fee. So we thought, well, at the very least, it wouldn't cost us
we'd still lose money over it, but at least, we wouldn't, I don't know, it would make up for at least not going out for that year.
So, but right now we only have 33 points that are available to rent out because I banked all of our 2020, and I looked at DVC rental store today. They have over 1,500 listings. A lot of these listings you can get a full week or something around there in at least a 1-bedroom villa. So our little
sliver of point, and remember, they're not points in the same way that, like, you can't just like combine points together and get a place. You have, these points might be good at this resort, it's set up in a way that
it's separate contracts.
Yeah. So you have to follow all the rules. So sometimes it doesn't align quite the way you want to.
Yeah.
So you can't just go by like 10 points from 10 different people and then have 100 points to use. You have to like play the game and know the rules for that.
And right now, DVC rental stores, some of their contracts, it's as low as $10 a point. So not, what we had originally, been told when we were looking into DVC.
But again, that's to be expected. Everybody's basically in our boat.
Looking to find a way to not totally lose out on points this year.
Okay, so then the third option is RCI, and that's something else they also talked about us in their little pitch meeting, is that there's this other timeshare company. You can transfer your points to the other timeshare company, and then you can use them to get like a cabin or something like that. That sounded good when we did it, so we originally said, okay, we'll just take the 33 points and move them over, and we discovered...
you can only move it over in increments of 10, so we'd be allowed to move over 30 points, and I did talk to DVC Member Services about this, and there is a $95 non-refundable fee. I almost said refundable. It is non-refundable, so that's the other thing to know. In order to move over 30 of our 33 points, we would have till January 15th of 2021, and it was recommended by the cast member that we wait till at least January 1st to move them, because when you move points over to RCI, you do have 2 years to move them. So if you have a substantial amount of 2019 points, like that actually is worthwhile for you. But yeah, she said to move them over in January, just by January 15th, because then instead of expiring in 2022, we'd have till 2023.
You're the death of me.
He's persistent. But one thing, we were looking at resorts here in Colorado, which there's plenty, even up in Wyoming or Arizona, somewhere that is within driving distance. And it looked like we had to have a certain amount of nights, and the cheapest I could find was 46 points. So it wouldn't be worth it for us to spend $100 when we already have money tied up in airlines that we can't get back. So I guess, if we can ever travel again, our airfare is at least paid for. To move these points over to RCI, we would need to have more to move over, and I want to go to Disney.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. So then the other question my boss had was, which of the resorts would you recommend at this point? Right now, they're selling contracts at Riviera, Copper Creek, and Aulani.
This is for purchasing direct from Disney.
Yeah. So if you're gonna go buy direct from Disney, those are basically your 3 options.
Unless you want to go on a wait list for one of the other resorts.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think that what I would tell people in general is, if you're trying to buy contracts direct from Disney, think about the place that you want to go to vacation the most often. So for us, it was Disney World. We like Disney World a lot. So I would suggest make your home resort at the resort that you want to go to a lot. So Aulani sounds cool. And remember, your home resort's where you can get 11 months out. So Aulani sounds cool, but I just don't think we'd go to Hawaii every other year.
No, not for what we spent on plane tickets.
Yeah,
it is so much cheaper to fly out to Orlando, and I'm a teacher, not a doctor, so
I'm a doctor and a teacher, and it's still not good.
Yeah, but you're not that type
of
doctor.
I'm not a useful doctor.
So anyway, so Aulani for us, it was just that's maybe a once in a lifetime, or hopefully more than that if we can ever get out there. Oh great, now the cat's
No, go commit to it. You started.
Clean yourself, please. but so that's why we didn't choose Aulani. But if you're somebody who would be going out there regularly and you want that 11-month booking window instead of 7 months, because I can tell you it was a bit,
It's
it was
hard.
work for me to book in June, for a June trip to Aulani. And there was no way to get like a standard studio.
Yeah, so I mean, like whatever your home resort is, that's where you're gonna have the best luck getting what you want, and then everything else is you're praying a lot for wait lists to come through, and we've done it quite successfully, right? We've been to Copper Creek, we've been to what was the other ones we went to?
Um, well, we had a wait list in July. We had originally booked Saratoga Springs because we were being cheap on points. I put in a wait list for the Jumbo Value Room, and that came through like less than a week.
So I mean, like,
but that's because everybody was canceling and stuff. I don't think in a normal year you would be able to get the Value Room. There's not a whole lot of them. But we are hoping for. I think we're committed to spring 2021. Hopefully your work lets you go. But so I originally, for the 11th month window, I booked the Poly, which had us at 96 points for our vacation. And then once we hit the 7 months, I booked a Kidani Savannah View room for 80 points without any problems. And that's during spring break.
Yeah, so I guess what I would tell people is, so pick the resort you want first. Second, pick the, consider transportation options. So I think from the Riviera, they have the little gondola things.
Yeah, they have the Skyliner.
And then they have the buses, right?
Yes.
Everybody has buses.
Yes.
Right?
I don't know. I haven't really researched Riviera just because when I look at their points chart, we would only want to spend the amount of points for the 2-room studio, and we have a third person upstairs, and he's big enough now that he counts as a third person. So I don't know if Riviera will ever be on our list of resorts to stay.
Yeah, so I would just say look at your transportation options, because we picked the Polynesian not because I particularly love the Polynesian, but because it has the most transportation options from it.
I also had the larger studio. So we did also stay at Copper Creek, which is one of the resorts still available there. He's committed.
So, and then I would say for like Copper Creek, that one is, I didn't even know where the Wilderness Lodge is after many years of going to Disney World. So it was kind of cool to see what it was. And it's very nice and secluded and quiet. And that's very nice. And the rooms are a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I think, again, just make sure, like when you're looking at, the rooms, Disney is pretty, like they tell you how many people can fit in each of those rooms, and they kind of mean it. So just if you have a big family, take that into consideration.
Yeah, I will tell you, since we are a smaller contract and we need to go for the studios to make the points last, we were able to, the first time we stayed at the Polynesian, able to fit 4 adults, a child, and an infant. There is no way you could do that in a Copper Creek room.
Yeah, no, and even in the Polynesian room, that was uncomfortable.
And then the other thing to consider is, what are the dues? We chose Poly also because the annual dues, I can talk, I'm being distracted by the cat. The annual dues.
Yeah, and they're getting this in full, like 4K, aren't they?
I know. You think this will get us viewers?
This shouldn't. We don't want those viewers.
Anyway, so the annual dues at the Polynesian were less than at Copper Creek.
But they fluctuate each year, so be careful. That's just how it goes. You just have to be ready to spend, somewhere between $5 and $7 per point each year. So that's the other thing. When we bought points, we picked 100, and now every year we have like a $500 to $600 bill for the maintenance fee, which I'm not complaining about, but it is during a year like this where I pay the maintenance fee and then I don't get to go to the resort, that stinks, right? And you just have to think about that.
So I think, was there anything else?
No, I mean, like, I guess, if I had to pick a place right now, like I would pick Copper Creek.
Out of those three.
I would pick Copper Creek.
Wilderness Lodge, and I'll leave.
It is so pretty.
Yeah, I'll leave once again the room tour up in a card, and up there.
Okay.
Somewhere up there, and then as a link in the description as well. The room was very nice. Like I said, it was just smaller, but our location, we were actually able to walk out and just walk right over to Geyser Point if we wanted to have lunch.
Yeah, no,
but it's a beautiful resort if you want somewhere that's just quiet, because the parks are not. It's a nice break, and I would get up early in the morning to go get us coffee and just enjoy the ducks. The ducks were the only ones out there.
I mean,
so
all the Disney resorts are nice. All the high-end ones are really, really nice.
And you don't have this at the resorts.
You have the ducks doing the equivalent of this in front of you, right? In the pool where you swim. But anyways, I think that's what I would say. It's like I don't regret DVC. I think it's just, this is a reality that, the idea of going to the park even every 2 years, no matter what, you're going to have leftover points, or you're going to end up spending more money because you're going to try to spend more points than you have, and then you have to buy a little bit extra. So that's something about DVC that nobody really talks about, is that you're always either you have too many or too little. You never spend exactly the points you have.
The cat hair keeps flooding on your face.
Ridiculous. She even put makeup on me this time because she says I look. Never mind.
Well, you're
we're not talking about
stress breaking out. It's been a stressful few weeks for us.
I've had a day off since March, so we're okay there. All right, let's try this. Let's see if we can do this before that. All right, so that's it. We're good. I don't know.
Oh, now you have his hair.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right.
So, okay, hopefully...
You said to be entertaining. This is
entertaining. Now we got cat hair all over us.
It's
it's all over. You're shedding everywhere, buddy. Anyways.
It's like he mated behind me.
So, hopefully this, if you're considering buying in... Oh, great. He's pulling on the light cord. And he's back.
Okay. So, if you're considering doing DVC...
Just be aware that...
We'll link to our other videos about it. There's lots of things you have to take into consideration. And this is just another one.
Yeah, and the unknown could happen. Nobody planned for this. And, once again, I feel Disney's been really good about trying to make it up to all of us. And doing the best thing, extending points and letting us cancel.
We will find out
in
a year. I will reserve judgment for 1 year if we're actually able to go to the parks.
We're going in March. We are going.
Everybody keeps telling me.
We are having vacation before our child is 9.
Oh, my goodness, that'd be nice.
Speaking of which, so instead of going to Disney for Labor Day, we are going to Rocky Mountain National Park for a day.
No, okay. I thought we wanted the video to be short.
Yeah,
we're going to Colorado and doing things.
So we will take you there with us. But that is all for now. Go ahead. Why don't you, since the kid's not here to close things out, why don't you do it?
Bye.
Really?
Be sure to like, subscribe, cancel. I'm not cancel.
No, not cancel. Wait, we already have enough people
click the button,
please. Here, do you want to have the Muppet do it?
Remember to like, subscribe, cancel. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know his line.
Subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. Do I just need to cut to him doing it?
And then play Minecraft. Whatever.
No, it's Kirby that we have to go play. Okay, we gotta go. We
gotta go upstairs and play
a
Nintendo.
video game. So, all right, thanks.
Bye.